Oh my god, media, Marvel, you're killing me. You're killing me. I don't want to have to do this. Can I just like my comic books in peace? God, I feel like all of these other people now that I've criticized for being overly angry about the like SJW stuff happening in comics. I don't care that they're having a female superhero. In fact, actually, let me say this. I am actually happy. I am very, very happy that they were going to make Captain Marvel, that, the MCU, they should have made a Black Widow movie. I'd love to see that. I thought Winter Soldier and Civil War were great because Winter Soldier was awesome because it was kind of like a political thriller. And I'd love to see a Black Widow movie where, she's like an assassin, she's a spy. And Scarlett Johansson's fantastic. In Avengers Infinity War, when they're fighting, Proxima Midnight and I'm forgetting the other guy's name, but Cap's there and Falcon kicks her in the face, and then Black Widow goes, "We don't want to kill you, but we will if we have to," or something like that. I'm like, yeah! I'm like, dude, Black Widow is awesome. But Brie Larson doesn't look. I'm not trying to be mean to Brie Larson. I have no beef with Brie Larson at all. I think she's a fine actress. I just think she was the wrong choice for Captain Marvel because she doesn't have enough charisma. She just doesn't exude hero qualities. Captain Marvel, you look at these images, I don't know if they have any pulled up. We're going to talk about Smilegate or whatever they're calling it. Captain Marvel in the video game Marvel vs. Capcom was awesome, and Grey Griffin, Grey Delisle, whatever, voiced great power behind the voice, great charisma, and I'm like, I love her voice acting, it's fantastic. But apparently what happened, the trailer came out, I was unenthused. I just was, and it's the first trailer, so it doesn't have to be the best, but I feel like a lot of first trailers that came out for the MCU were really good. And so I kind of don't know what they're talking about in the trailer, but more importantly, Brie Larson is stone-faced, and I don't know anything about her, and I'm kind of like, ugh. But now there's a whole bunch of weird social justice controversy stuff, and this is why I say you're killing me. Because I typically remove myself from these things when this kind of thing happens. I haven't played Magic the Gathering in a very, very long time because I just don't want the conversation, right? And a lot of people I think agree with me because I've had comments where they're like, the reason they're angry about this is that the movies, gaming, it's an escape from the politics of the world, and now it's infested. And you've got people like Michael Ian Black saying everything is political. So I'm getting close to the point where I'm like, oh my god, like maybe I won't go see Captain Marvel. That I can't get there yet because I love the MCU too much, and she's going to be in Infinity War, and I'm really excited for it. But I'm just rather disappointed in Brie Larson's acting. And now let's talk about the Smilegate, whatever people are calling it. A lot of people are criticizing Brie Larson because she's stone-faced in the trailer. And because of this, someone took some mobile app, and all it does is take a face and automatically add a smile. Apparently, that was considered sexist because people always tell women to smile more. And admittedly, no one has ever told me to smile. And I have heard people tell my friends to smile, and I think it's really fucking dumb. Okay? Like, it's usually older people, so maybe it's like a traditional, like it's an older culture thing. But I have been around female friends who have like, people will be like, hey, you should smile more, and I'm like, oh, that's so cringy when I hear that. Like, don't tell someone to smile. I don't think people should take offense to it because it's not meant to be hurtful. It's just people don't understand, and there's a different culture, and don't get offended at every little thing. But I do think it's stupid. However, what I think is stupider is the response from the media. We have Cinema Blend. Captain Marvel's Brie Larson clapped back at haters telling her to smile. I don't know if the intent originally was like, you should smile more. I think the criticism was there's no expression, and her character doesn't... there's a scene in the trailer where she's like in a train station and she looks around, and I'm like, there's nothing on her face. Like, stone-faced. I don't think she should smile. I'd like to see some like gruff, like more aggressive, brow curling, and that's why I just kind of don't think Brie Larson is the right fit for Captain Marvel. And I was talking with someone, and it's like maybe we needed, like an older woman, someone who is tougher and taller. Like Tilda Swinton was great as the Ancient One because she was strong. I love Doctor Strange. That movie's amazing. And I think Doctor Strange might be my favorite movie. And I have people saying, what, really? There's so many better movies. No, Doctor Strange is incredible. I love how she plays with the arrogance of Stephen Strange when he comes in. And she's like, look at that one, huh? Did you, you know? She shows him like chakra, and he's like, oh my god. And then she pokes him in the head and shoves him into the astral plane, and I'm like, Tilda Swinton was amazing. And how she stepped up to fight Caecilius, and then she got killed, and I'm like, oh, that was so good. I love it. I haven't seen Captain Marvel. The movie's not out yet, but this does not exude confidence. So let's look at this. Okay. The internet can be a dark place. And, excellent writing, the powerful females of the MCU are no exception to scrutiny, often served up by trolls on the internet following the recent trailer release of the first female-fronted MCU film, Captain Marvel. A slew of critics pointed out that Carol Danvers just wasn't smiling enough in the footage. Sure, I think some people said that, but that's not what I heard. Maybe I just didn't see the tweets or the complaints. What I heard from people was they were saying, wow, she's really expressionless. She's not angry, she's not happy. There is a scene where she smiles. I have a screenshot. I'm going to show you. So that's why I'm kind of like, what is this narrative? Like, here we go. It's going to be about sexism. The MCU doesn't need this. They needed a Black Widow movie, you know? Like, make an Ancient One movie. So they say, she wasn't smiling enough. Despite the trailer introducing that the hero fell from the sky and is missing a life full of memories on Earth, some fans seem to be expecting more flashes of pearly whites from Brie Larson. I guess. Some even went as far as rendering fake smiles on screenshots of her character. The Captain Marvel actress wasn't having it, as she cleverly fired back at the internet's comments with this. Apparently someone then photoshopped smiles onto like the images from other MCUs. And listen, photoshopping a smile onto Brie Larson is funny. It is. I saw it. I laughed. I actually thought they looked nice. I was like, oh wow. I don't think it makes sense. Like, she's in like a cockpit and she's all smiling, and I'm like, that's kind of weird. But it's funny when people make memes and do these kinds of things. And admittedly, this is fucking funny too. I love this. I saw this photo of Captain the Winter Soldier, like, he's like got his shield up like he's dodging something. There's explosions behind him, and he's got a shit-eating grin on his face. That's also funny. So I do think Brie Larson posting this is kind of hilarious. I don't like the culture war aspect of it, the animosity of like the us versus them, because they're just funny pictures that make me laugh. And it gets even better. This Doctor Strange one, this is actually good. Like, I don't see anything wrong with this. This doesn't look like a joke to me. I saw this Doctor Strange one, I was like, oh hey, that's pretty cool. Because in the original one, I don't know if they have the original one. In the original one, he's not smiling. They made him smile, and I'm like, yeah, that looks fine. I mean, tell me I'm wrong. That's not funny. It's like kind of funny because they changed it, but it actually just, it looks good. Hey, Benedict Cumberbatch looking good. Got a good smile. The picture of a grinning Captain America was featured on Brie Larson's Instagram story after being originally edited and posted by Twitter user Jane Ritt. The goofy edit of Chris, this is so hilarious. Look at his face. I think it's awesome. I think it's really, really funny. We should probably do this for like everything in the MCU now, because I think it's good. Can we do this? Can we say, Brie Larson, the photos you published are actually really funny too? Can you be a good sport and recognize that those ones are funny too, and we can all have a good laugh about how silly all of this is? That'd be great. So by Larson showing this altered image of male superheroes given the same treatment, it highlights the unequal treatment of the characters due to gender. However, Larson didn't stop with Steve Rogers. Take a look. Like I mentioned, this actually looks fine, but this one's actually really funny too. This is funny, okay, because you got a poster where Tony Stark's armor is in shambles, his shirt's all ripped up, he's got this, like, dirty-haired Gwyneth Paltrow, like, holding on to him with just all this crazy shit going on, and he's just got a shit-eating grin. He looks like a sociopath. So I saw these, and I started laughing a lot. I thought this was a really funny story. Funny because I feel like it's just so fake. Like this fake animosity because somebody said that Brie Larson wasn't smiling, and so now it's this social justice issue. But here we go. She kind of smiles in this scene. Let me. So you can see it here, but let me show. This is the trailer.
It's hard to explain.
See, look at that. She's got a smile on her face. She is smiling. All right. That's why it's ridiculous that I think they're like playing up this narrative.
It's hard to explain.
She's smiling there. It's not a full-blown, like, shit-eating grin, but she's got a smile. But I'm going to take this opportunity to show this and explain one of my issues, because I talked about this before.
I'm not what you think I am.
I'm not what you think I am. I don't know what that is, but it really does lack power. And they show this scene. She's, like, glowing with energy. I don't feel anything. I don't. There's a lot of people that I think could have played the role that would have been really good. And honestly, I feel like an older woman was needed for the job. I don't know why they decided to use Brie Larson because she's young. I think she's like 28, but I think they needed a woman who was probably late 30s. I don't know how old Tilda Swinton is, but she was badass as the Ancient One. Awesome. I love that movie. So I think Brie Larson was a bad choice. And I gotta say, as much as I get a kick, like I think it's really funny that she posted this, the culture war stuff is pushing me to the brink where I'm like, maybe I'm gonna avoid this movie. We'll see what happens. The first trailer, it would be I'm such a huge fan of the MCU. I think it would be shocking if I didn't go. But I don't like, Brie Larson tweeted something before where she was like, she said hello or something to a TSA agent, and she smiled at him, and so he asked for her number, and she was like living on the defensive, and I was just like, what do you mean? That's like people want to introduce themselves to people. Like I meet people all the time out in the middle of nowhere. People come up to me all the time. They're like, "Hey Tim, nice to meet you," and I shake their hands. I don't live life on the defensive. Someone sees me and they smile at me. I'm like, "How's it going?" I assume they might know who I am, and so I feel like there's a lot of overreaction. I do not blame Brie Larson for all the news articles talking about the, snap back at the haters. I think it's actually all kind of hilarious. I'm just starting to get to the point where I'm getting heebie-jeebies from the weird culture war stuff that's being infected into these movies. And I'm worried because the MCU has been so amazing that if they start doing this, it's going to get really weird. It's going to get really weird, and my movies are going to get ruined, and I guess that's how a lot of people feel when it comes to, like, video games and stuff. But my thing is, the movie is not ruined because they have a female lead. The movie is not ruined because, they made... Black Panther was awesome. I don't know. I thought Black Panther was fantastic. And I don't care about the race, the gender, whatever of the characters. It's a good movie. Thought it was fun. And I think Brie Larson's a fine actress. I just don't think she fits Captain Marvel. I'd be much more excited for maybe someone taller, with more energy behind their voice. Granted, again, first trailer, we'll see what happens. But personally, the only issue I take is the casting choice. And what I mean by the culture war is that the movies may be fine, the casting choices are fine, but the politics around the articles coming out and then the weird snarky elitism from people, and I'm just like, please don't make me have to deal with that. I'm not saying it's, it's not about social justice for me, it's about snarky snide elitism. And that's most of it. It's these people who are gloating and laughing and chortling to themselves and just being mean. Anyway, enough of me ranting about Captain Marvel. Stick around, I've got one more video coming up in just a few minutes.